Today we're talking with Lyndal Hern, Sunday morning breakfast presenter on 3D Radio. Lyndal, what is it like to be an Australian?
Of course there's a sense of pride because I've lived here all my life, but once again I don't think there is a lot of difference between being Australian and being American or British these days. We are becoming quite a diverse melting pot, I believe. I think media and culture communications is the cause of that.
What do you feel the best thing about being an Australian is?
I think the best thing about living in Australia is our freedom that we have. Unfortunately, a lot of other countries are confined by censorship rules that we do not have. Sure, our mainstream media is watered down for the masses, but still we have a lot of freedom that other countries do not have in terms of freedom of speech and communication.
How do you see the role of community radio in shaping a unique Australian culture?
I think community radio is shaping a unique Australian culture because we're keeping things close to home. We support so many local acts and Australian acts, and specifically female as well, which I don't think many other mainstream stations really do though.
How important is local content to the success of the community radio sector?
It's very important. The artists, they support us by giving us subscriptions, and we support them by promoting their live performances, play their music, and of course we're tapping into something that people don't realise is a very creative, fantastic medium, the live and local.
Some people think community radio is too specialised and doesn't appeal to a wider demographic. What is your opinion on this?
Perhaps it used to be specialised because as we are part of the Progressive Music Broadcasting Association, we started the station about 30 years ago specifically to tailor to the alternative and mostly the rock and roll. But many people believe that our station has developed so much and it's at its best yet at the moment, because we now have the traditional rock and roll, we have the punk, but we also have swing music and world music and jazz and rockabilly. It's fantastic.
3D Radio is a community organisation. How do you go about funding such an organisation?
As a community station, like many other, we have very limited funding. We have no government funding. We're all volunteers here and we rely purely on our subscribers. So a few times a year we may have a subscriber drive, and once a year we have our enormous radiothon where we strive to get as many subscribers as possible.
3D Radio has been at the current address for a bit over a decade. What's the story about the council kicking you guys out?
It's been going on for a few years now, but it's getting close to the end for 48 Nelson Street, Stepney, unfortunately. Yes, the council is going to sell our property very soon, but unfortunately we have one of the, well not unfortunately, we have one of the largest record and CD collections in the southern hemisphere, so we are quickly running out of room. So it's time to find a new spot.
Can you tell us a little bit about your Sunday morning breakfast program?
Snooze Button, yes, 8 AM every Sunday morning. Give you some very cool funk and soul music. I love the Black American stuff, but of course supporting the local music as well.
Tell us about your Top 100 Plus One, which is the station's biggest event held every year.
Well, a lot of people think it's a bit of a battle with the hottest 100 for Triple J, but that's not true. It's just our own time to count down the top 101 albums of the year. 80% of them are usually local releases, which shows our devotion to the local music scene. It's just a wonderful time when artists get to come in and have a chat, have an interview, have a beer out under the tree. It's a beautiful time just to get to know everyone, get to know the music scene. It just creates a sense of community that 3D Radio is so well known for.